Okay guys, here we go with the second part of the alphabet. Just revising here. You saw the first part with first patterns, okay? Remembering that here you'd have the dots only on top, here the same, and also here, okay? And we're going to go back and have some examples on how to connect them all. Okay, so in this part here we'll get another pattern that is with this shape. Okay, so the first one we have sod, and this is the isolated, this is the at the beginning, and then at the middle, and at the end it connects in the front. Okay, the second one is the bald, is a deep sound. Okay, so dot has a dot here, so here this is the region where the dots should come. Okay, and then here, reminding you that sometimes people tend to write them differently in different positions. This is how I do. Okay, some people may think that this is a little different, or maybe they think it's wrong. This is how I do it. I'm not saying it's right, it's just the way I do it. Okay, if you have another opinion, you can feel free to express it. And then if you want to connect it, you could do this, this, and this. Okay, with the dots. And generally when you write the whole word and then you come back putting the dots on. Okay, again, for this video is all black and white with a purpose, so you have more contrast, you can see better, so it's not your internet that's going crazy. Okay, so here you have this pattern. The next pattern is with this shape. Okay, and we have ta, and this is the isolated at the beginning, ta, at the middle, ta, at the end, ta. Sometimes there's a little tail, sometimes not. The next one is vo, with the dot. So the dot will be in this region. Vo. So some people do this. They come here and bring it down. Okay, I prefer to come, make the loop, and go up and come back. Put a dot at the end. A dot. So this is another pattern. And then we have this shape for the ein. Of course, this is a pattern, and we have here ein in the beginning, like this. See, it loses the tail. At the middle is like a circle, a little kind of bent, not bent, but flattened here on top. Okay, sometimes you would see it like really flat. More rarely they'll tend to do this, and doesn't have a dot. The next one has a dot, and at the end you do like this. So if you put them all connected, it would be like this. Okay. The next one in the pattern is the rein. It is pronounced on the very back of the throat. Gein. Gein. So the region is here. The beginning. Ge. 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 Again, you finish the whole thing and come back putting the dots. And this is another pattern. Ein and gein. Okay, the next one is, well, this is almost like a pattern, but I'll not consider a pattern. I'll make it independent. Is the F. This is the independent form. At the beginning, it's like this, or just like this. At the middle is very round, very round. This is a little flattened. This is very round. Do not confuse this with this. And at the end, we have pretty much the same shape as the isolated, but connecting here. So you would make like this. Okay. And the reason I said that the next two letters seem to be a pattern is because Fa is like this, and Qaf, it looks like the same, but it goes below the line, like this, and has two dots. So isolated, like this. At the beginning, sorry, isolated. This is the isolated connector. Like this one, at the beginning, it would be just like this, the Fa with two dots. In the middle, very round with two dots. And at the end, below the line, and two dots. So you would connect like this, two dots, and two dots. You can see that it is slightly different from Fa. Okay. So these are patterns on its own. With this is slightly different, so I wouldn't consider a pattern. Just to make sure that you're not mixing these two, trying to make one pattern. Okay. The next one is calf. Okay. Oh, there's one thing. I didn't put any letters here to represent the sound they make, because you can just follow what I'm saying, and you need to learn. This is basically to learn how to write. Okay, you're probably going to use some other material to get the sound, and we can talk about the sound in some other video. I wanted to take the time for writing here. Okay, so at the beginning, it changed a little bit of shape, so it makes this shape at the beginning. In the middle, I generally do this, and at the end, it goes back to the original shape. Okay, there are some people that to do this one, they go up here and then cut, but I don't know, I do this way because I do this way. Okay, and connecting them all, it would be like this. Okay, and this is a pattern on its own too. The next one is La. Okay, if we are using these two lines here, it goes below the line. This is really big, but anyway. Okay, so this is independent. In the beginning, goes like this. You need to make sure that you're not mixing with Aleph. Aleph doesn't connect this way, this side. Okay. In the middle, it's like this, and at the end, Lam. This, the name of the letter is Lam, so it has the sound of the L. So if you would put 3 lambs together, it would be like this. Okay, if you would put an Ain or Aleph, Aleph and Lam, and if you put a Lam and an Aleph, it changes the shape. You cannot write this. This is wrong. You write this. So this is La, is the word for no. Okay, so the Lam connects with the Aleph to make this shape. Okay, the next pattern is the Mim. Oh, this is a pattern on its own. The next pattern is a Mim. Isolated, this is how I make the Mim. Some people make this way, like a circle. So at the beginning, remember you had all this with circles. This is a backwards circle, like this. Some people make like a triangle to distinguish from the other ones, but you can see that this is counterclockwise, this is clockwise. At the middle, you make this. Some people write below the line. Okay, but the important is to make it under. If you make above, it will be like this one. And at the end, like this, or some people go and make the loop and come down. Okay, so in sequence it would be like this, and this is a pattern on its own. Okay, next one is a Nude. Is a little more than a semicircle with a dot in the middle. So at the beginning, it will have the same shape as Ba, Ta, and Tha, like this. In the middle, like this, and at the end, the full shape. Okay, so putting them all together, dot, dot, dot. Okay, remember that the difference between, okay, let me make the whole series here. The only reason this doesn't fit the pattern of the other 3 letters shown before is because it makes this shape here, while the other ones go above the line. So if you have 4 medial letters, the Ba has 1 dot under, the Ta has 2 on top, the Tha has 3 on top, and the Na has 1 on top. So 1 under, 2 above, 3 above, 1 above. And the dots are the only thing that distinguish them, unless Nun is at the end, which has this shape. Okay, and this is a pattern on its own. Then let's switch to this. Okay, the next one is the Ha. Let me put this here. This is the independent form. It's like a drop. Okay, at the beginning, it's like a knot. Let me make a big one here so you can see. this way, a loop, and continue. Okay. At the middle, there are two ways to make it. One, you make a loop down, a loop above, and continue. The other way is you go down, go up, and make a loop, and continue. And at the end, it's like a drop connected by the tail. These ones are kind of vary a lot, so that's why I make bigger just so you can see better. And this is on its own. The difference between this, okay, so the difference between this one and this one is that this is ha and this is ha. Ha, 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 ha. It's just a question of it doesn't have dots, sorry. It's just a question of I was putting here. Anyway, it is a question of how open your mouth is when you're pronouncing it. So ha and ha. This is the closest from to the English H. Okay, and this is much stronger than the English H. Okay, so forget this. This is a case apart. The next one is wow. Wow is just like Aleph. It has this is independent and this is at the end or the middle because it doesn't connect here. So if you say boo, it connects like this, but if you say ub, it's gonna be like this because it doesn't connect on this side. Okay, this is one on its own. And the very last letter is yeah, two dots, and this goes like the b, t, th, and n at the beginning, like this, the middle, like this, but at the end it takes its own shape. Okay, so putting them all together would be yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, and this is a letter on its own. And I will stop this video here because it's getting too long, and I'll make a whole bunch of different exercises on the next one.